Hey guys, my name is MaraK, and in this video, we're gonna design the Destiny's Bounty from Lego Ninjago. First thing I did was think through what blocks I'm going to use. After observing the Destiny's Bounty and its color scheme, I decided to use mangrove planks, cobble deep slate, dark oak planks, to which I added bamboo and red terracotta later. Then I started the build by making the dragon head at the front. I wanted to scale the whole build using the dragon head, but then I decided to scale it to be as close to 1:1 as possible. I made a sphere out of mangrove planks, to which I started adding the jaws and shape it so it roughly looks like the dragon head from the ship. I added the details later. For eyes and teeth, I used bamboo planks and stairs. By the way, I'm only showing you half of the ship for the large part of this video. That's because I'm planning to use World Edit to copy, flip, and paste it to the other side. After making the teeth and the eye, I made the horns or spikes or whatever the name of the thing is. And then I started building out the hull, but I stopped midway because I didn't know how long it should be, so I measured out the full length of the ship. It was about 60 blocks from the back of the head of the dragon to the back of the ship. With the length established, I could build out the shape of the hull. I struggled a bit with it because the ship in the series is not just curved in two directions, but all three. So after some trial and error, I left it how it was and started working on the stern so I can make the curve by connecting the stern with the beak, the front of the ship, instead of guessing where it is. After I made the stern, I got a bit sidetracked and started working on the keel, the bottom of the ship. That was significantly easier because, like with the side of the ship, I had to connect the front and the back. Now it was time for filling in between the curves. I started at the back again and made my way towards the front. This was the part where I realized I was in fact building a ship, which is not easy, especially when building a fantasy ship such as Destiny's Bounty. I got back again to the curve now that I built the back. At first, I thought that the curve should go from back to front above the central line, then parallel to it, then below the line, and then parallel again. But that looked weird and wrong, so I looked again and at the reference and realized that the central line is the deck and the curve can't be lower than the deck, so I rebuilt it and continued in filling in the hull. First, I built it using only dark oak planks, and then I added the details like the red stripe at the top. With the hull finished, I started working on the deck. There were three parts: the elevated front part, the middle part, and the back where the bridge is. I made the lowest part of the deck and then I started laying out the bridge. Somewhere between this, I made the railing at the front and the back using bamboo mosaic as well as regular bamboo planks and glazed red terracotta. Then I got back to working on the bridge, and let me tell you, this is the weirdest roof I ever made. The curves do be curving. But after I figured out the shape, I added the details like the curls at the top, the window at the front where the steering wheel is, and the door leading to the balcony, if you can call it that. For the balcony, I used spruce trapdoors, and for the large white flags, I used spruce fences and white wool. Speaking of white wool, after the flags at the back, I started working on the sails. I wanted to save some time by copying the top one down, but then I realized that I made it too small anyway, moved it out of the way for reference, and built a bigger one. After finishing the wooden parts, I filled the space in between with white wool, and then used red terracotta again for the stripes. After making the sail, I started working on the jets and the curved cool thing. I really don't know what it's called. At first I used mangrove planks, but later I noticed that it's different shade of red and used red terracotta instead. And for the jets, I used combination of light gray concrete and yellow terracotta. And when it was finished, I moved it into place and positioned the jets to the right place. Then I noticed that the sail is more diagonal than I built it, so I helped myself with some world edit and made it more diagonal. I also lowered the sail and the mast down because it was too high and too tall. I finished things off by giving details to the dragon head using mangrove stairs and slabs, built the bow at the bottom, and then I finally copied the half of the ship I built and pasted it on the other side and was done. Now let's place it somewhere nice and take a look at it with shaders. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe. If you like Lego Ninjago, tell me in the comments. I've been MaraK, and this is it for this video. See ya!